Hey, I'm bringing you out uh, before or after SLS. You hear me?
Nah.
All right. Here we go. Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, March 5th, 9 p.m. CST, and we are back for yet another Sports Influencer Roundtable broadcast. We are excited. It's March Madness. We are kicking off. We've got all sorts of exciting things. We are happy to have you all here with us. Bear with me. I've got my own technical. Okay, there we go. Again, my name is Christian Renee, and I will be your moderator for the evening. We have an exciting show coming up tonight. We've got some pro athletes and some student athletes, and we are excited to have you all here, to have them here with us, talking the good talk about the game, about mentoring, about life choices and decisions and perfect paths and whatnot. So we've got some good stuff coming up. So we want you to tune in, stay tuned in, share this event, like it, share it, share it some more. Keep watching, stay with us. Hey, Mark, glad to have you here. I have got to tell you that happened yesterday, a major event put on by the Heads Up Foundation and the sports influencer Jabari Johnson. Hosted the Tour Dallas Student Leadership Summit. It was yesterday, all day, and we had some entertainment. But more so, just a lot of meat, a lot of substance that we provided for student leaders from the greater Dallas area. It was at Cedar Valley College from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We had of people come out that were and beyond figures that are in the community and doing amazing things. I have to take this time right now to thank some of our presenters and speakers, Mr. Rod Newhouse, Dr. Keisha Langford of Langford Avenue, Ms. Casey Fox, the Honorable Nancy Mulder, Mr. Richard Miles, Mr. Marcus Silas, Mr. Nakia Douglas, and Dr. Seabrooks of the Cedar Valley College. We had a fantastic event. The students were amazing. We went live with the broadcast all day long. We just had a phenomenal time, and I'm going to bring out. We're going to talk about that a little bit more here shortly. I want to thank K104 FM, Dee Dee and the morning team, Jade, Michael Shine, and Gary. They welcomed us on Friday morning. We went on the air. It was awesome. We got to talk about our event and got some great support from them. We want to send a shout out to Gator Pit Barbecue, located at 2555 North Dallas Avenue. They provided the lunches for our kids, and at a very affordable, and it was very good. Our kids ate, once and twice, so they were happy with that. But we had so much fun. I know I'm forgetting something, so without further ado, right now I want to welcome, of course, the man with the plan behind the mastermind of this whole situation we got going on here with the broadcast. Let me welcome Mr. Jabari Johnson, the sports influencer.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Hey, Christian.
Hey, I need your help. We got to talk about yesterday, this awesome event.
Yesterday's awesome event. I'm still on fire behind it. The Greater Dallas Student Leadership Summit. We had nearly 100 student leaders come together at Cedar Valley College for a full-day conference. They had great breakout sessions with Nakia Douglas, Rod Newhouse, Judge Nancy Mulder, Dallas County Criminal Court Judge, Marcus Silas, Financial Advising. God, we had a host of talent coming through just to share some knowledge and wisdom. The feedback was unbelievable. I think our live broadcast ending up totaling almost 10,000 viewers for that event. So that's incredible. That's really a big deal. So really excited about what went on with that event. Looking forward to the next one. And I am excited about tonight's broadcast. I have some VIPs that are going to be joining me live on the broadcast. I'm going to let you introduce our special guests, and then we'll dig into some dialogue and some conversation.
Okay. Well, without further ado, again, let me just say yesterday, I have to say, because I was there from start to finish, the Heads Up Foundation put on a premier event experience and provided such great again, substance and essence for these students. They were engaging. We were diversified. I loved that piece. I mean, it was just, it was really fantastic. And the parents that stuck around, the leaders that brought their groups of kids out. I mean, shout out to Men of Tomorrow. I think they were our biggest group that we had out of. Yes. I mean, they were so well behaved. And again, let me just talk about the behavior. It was phenomenal. We had zero incidents with our students, our speakers. I mean, it was such a great moment. If you haven't seen any of the footage, I implore you to please go to Jabari's page. You can catch it. You can catch some from mine, and several people broadcast live. I mean, it was so much going on, and it was really, really, I mean, I can't even find better words to describe how good it was, how it was just goodness, just a bunch of goodness, all in one place, all at one time. And it was a phenomenal job. I have to say this real quickly before we go any further. The volunteers that stepped in, I mean, starting at 7:30. Hey, I got to shout out to Dana. I mean, wow. Dana. Schedule at the last, we were making changes, and Dana Holden, you were on it, honey. We love you. I hope you are tuned in. I haven't seen your face pop in yet. However, I know you will catch up with us. She's probably still recovering. So, we've had a day of recovery. But anyway, it was so good. All my volunteers, Karen, Sarah, I mean, everybody, Raquel, it was just such a great quality event. And again, the Heads Up Foundation just knows how to do it. So we did it, and we'll be doing it again. Not anytime right now, but we're going to do it again very soon. So I'm excited about that. You missed it. You really missed it. So those that did catch it, that was great. So having said that, let me get started with introducing our very special guests. I'm excited to meet everybody. I'm like, this is always a treat for me to sit in the seat I sit in. First, I have my first pro athlete, 12-year pro who has played overseas in Europe. In the EuroLeague. He's the EuroLeague all-time leading scorer. He's also a former teammate of NBA legend Allen Iverson. Let's give a shout out for Myrie Chapman. Come on in, Myrie.
Hello, Miss Christian. What's up, J-Bone?
Myrie Chapman, what's going on, buddy? How you, man?
Slow motion, man. Slow motion.
Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us, man.
I appreciate the invite, man.
Chatting with you, talking about all the great things you're doing on and off the court, man. Looking forward
to it. Yes, sir.
I'm so excited that you called him some throwback nickname. But we're going to talk about some of that here shortly. Let me get to our next guest. They are some superstar rising student athletes shining over at Skyline High School. We have a senior at Skyline in Dallas, Texas, starting point guard, Kansas signee, top player in DFW, ESPN Top 50 and the NBA PA Top 100, Mr. Marcus Garrett, and also another senior at Dallas Skyline High School in Dallas, starting guard for the Dallas Skyline state-bound team, Mr. Trayvon Watts Hale. Y'all chime in. And we got Dad Matt right in the middle. Dad, Uncle Matt right in the middle.
How y'all doing?
Fellas, what's going on?
Say hello to the people. Welcome to the Roundtable. We're excited to have all of you here. Also, let me go ahead and bring in. We have another student athlete who is just who's with us all the time, everywhere we go. Matter of fact, he played in our game yesterday, attended the summit, and played in the game that the ball game that we culminated with on yesterday for the leadership summit. Let's bring in Mr. Jordan Kapaloff. Chime in, Jordan.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show once again. Let's see. Jordan's gonna have some questions for you, Myri, at some point here shortly. So let's go ahead and let me just jump this thing off, and let's talk about, first of all, Myri, how do you even know Jabari? Let's talk about how you all came to be what you are today. Let's go back to day one. Where did y'all meet?
Yeah, I don't remember what grade it was. I think it was probably like sixth grade, maybe sixth or seventh grade. We had like a little AAU team coming out of Garland, and I think our coach reached out to his dad and kind of recruited him to the team, and then he came and played with us. He came and played with us like a summer or two, and then we was both guards, so I was learning a lot from him, and just understanding where he was coming from. I was from Garland, he was from Dallas, so I was just kind of just see how they hooped out there and just kind of put it into my game as well.
Man, I tell you, what most people don't know is Myri was one of the better jump shooters that came out of Dallas our senior year. I mean, he was averaging probably 20 points a game at South Garland, and I can remember that epic playoff battle that we had in Moody Coliseum that they're still talking about today. But went on to have a great career at University of Texas Pan Am. I mean, he was killing the league down there then, but just been knowing this guy a long time, been a character guy too. Not a lot of guys can say they were talented. One of those character guys who, did it on and off the court. So I'm grateful to have this brother as a former teammate and friend.
Awesome.
Appreciate that, man.
So what's going on? What are you doing right now, Myri? Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, I'm in South Texas. I'm probably like 10 minutes from Mexico. That's where my college was. So I ended up staying down here as I was playing overseas. So now that I'm retired from overseas, I got a basketball academy out here. So I just train, teach kids, try to give back the knowledge that I learned over the years, and just trying to help these kids, basically, just trying to help them learn the game.
Talk a little bit about your playing career. How long did you play? Where'd you play?
Well, at high school, I went to South Garland. So in high school, I was kind of overshadowed just because we had a deep team. And then crazy thing about it, my senior year, I was a leading scorer, but nobody really was talking about me. They was talking about everybody else. So that just kind of really just motivated me my whole career from just keep doing the same things. Then from there, I ended up going to a little junior college outside of Dallas, Southwest Christian. I don't know if y'all heard of Southwest Christian College. And then when I went there, the coaches just really kind of just let me play my game. And then from there, I just kind of blossomed because I was getting a lot of college. I was getting a lot of interests, but my grades wouldn't transfer from that college. So I ended up having to go to the Pan Am school down here. And then the 2 years I was here, I kind of just really just killed the league. And then, I had my little stints with the NBA or whatever. So I went overseas. And then once I made my name overseas, I really didn't even want to try the NBA no more because I was already kind of known, I was making some good money. I was, just living. I wasn't having to worry about, I wasn't having to prove myself. I had already did that. So I just stayed overseas. I really wasn't trying to get in the NBA.
How long did you play overseas?
I played overseas for 12 years. 12 years. I played in, my first 2 years, I was in Latvia, little country right outside of Russia. My next year, I went to Moscow. I played in Moscow for 2 years. After that, I ended up playing in Rome for a year. After I left Rome, I went to Istanbul, Turkey for 4 years. That's when that's when Iverson came over there. Once he was done with the NBA, he came overseas, and man, it was luckily I was blessed he came to my team. So I played with him for a good 4 or 5 months before he got hurt. And then after that, I played a couple more years, and pretty much after I played with him, man, I was pretty much done, man. That was better than me making it to the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got a question though. Now, how did it work out for two guys who love to shoot every shot that they see? How did that work out? What's up with that?
Now the crazy thing about it, once I got
overseas,
overseas,
one basketball.
Yeah, but say once I got overseas, they kind of transformed me to a point guard, man. So I really wasn't shooting like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? As a point guard overseas, they expect you to press that ball full court and set up the offense. That's the only thing they need you for over there. I mean, if you can score, that's a plus. But you play that point guard, they paying you. They paying you to play defense and set up the team. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, they'll get rid of you and find somebody who can do it.
Absolutely. So would you say it's a big difference between college and professional?
Yeah. Off the court, man. Off the court is a big difference. You got to be professional. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to grow up. You can't do a lot of stuff that you could do in college because you on your own and you working now. So any second you can be gone. Any second that check can be gone.
Let me jump right in right here real quickly and see. Jordan, are you ready to ask a question for Myrie?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you tell me the transition you had to make from high school all the way to Division I college basketball?
Transition? I mean, really just, it's better competition. I mean, it's really not a tough transition. It's just, if you got your mindset, college is it's just another little step. It's really not a big transition. As long as you got your mind right and understand what you want to do as a player, it's just fine, man. The transition is really smooth. It's just the transition from college to the outside, to the pro. That's a big transition.
Tell us about that then.
It's just the off the court stuff. It's just being smart. Really, it's a lot of off the court stuff that you don't never think about while you're in school because everything's already taken care of for you. So it's just really about taking care of yourself and making smart decisions and knowing that basketball can be gone at any time.
A lot of times too, Jordan, I chime in on that question as well. A lot of times the big difference from high school to college is the amount of work that you got to put in. And usually you can get by as a good high school player without necessarily working hard on your game. But once you get to that next level, everybody is good. You're now at college with everybody who was the top player on that team. So now the thing that's going to separate you is usually your work ethic, who's working hard to keep developing their game. That's going to be the difference. That's when I've seen most guys fall off because they were really good high school players. I've seen McDonald's All-Americans who got to college and couldn't get it done just for the simple fact that they wasn't hungry enough. They didn't have the work ethic. They had thought they made it. So that's the big difference for me.
Yes, sir. That work ethic is everything.
We just got a comment.
Matt Watts.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Before you go to your comment, let Matt Watts, who is also a former professional athlete, I'm going to let him touch on that. He played college ball at San Diego State, then played professionally overseas. Now he's training the two young men that are sitting next to him. So I want him to chime in on that question that Jordan had.
What about the transition?
Yes.
Oh, man, I went to JUCO first. So out of high school to JUCO, it was a big difference because in high school I didn't really have to work that hard. It was just all off talent, my natural ability. But when we got to JUCO to college, everybody was at my JUCO as a pro. I played with Steven Jackson. I played with Lee Nalon. I played with some of these guys that was in the NBA. So we played against a bunch of pros, Ruben Patterson, all those guys. So going to JUCO, it was a big transition because these guys was like, I'm finna eat off of this. They were trying to eat off of this. They were trying to take care of their family. Some of these guys already had kids. They were trying to eat off of it. So the transition for me was the mindset and the physicality of it. Being able to get in the gym and work on my strength, being able to get my mental right because coming out of Dallas, I ain't played against some high-level character, high-level playing basketball players, but to play against Mr. Indiana, Mr. Houston, Mr. California, all these different titles that people had, it was just a lot of different things that you had to overcome as far as transition. I would say, for me, it was the mental aspect and the physicality of the game because your ability is your ability. Now it's just about how strong mentally you are and then about how strong you are on the court.
All right.
Wow.
I'm just going to comment on, a comment that has been posted. One of your friends, Myri, has basically commended you for mentoring the young fellas. So let's talk about that because, of course, that's the crux of what the Heads Up Foundation represents.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about your mentorship and then how has somebody had to have mentored you through the course, and even still today, somebody even had to get you to where you are today to let you recognize how important it is to mentor the generations behind you. So let's talk about that. How you're doing what you're doing, and who influenced you.
Well, I mean, I would just say, my dad. I would say my dad and the way he kind of raised me. Like we used to go to recreation centers all the time, and I would just be with him and all the old school friends. So it was just really all the old school guys who would mentor me on what to do, how to play, how to keep your head, how to stay smart. So when I was growing up, it was always the older guys that mentored me. So now I'm the older guy, so I'm trying to do what they did to me and just mentor the other kids and help them out. Since I've been through it, I just want to help the kids and help them understand, how hard it is and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work and it's not easy. So I'm just trying. I just want to help them because I mean I was blessed to do it, so I just want to give back. That's all. And I'm not in doubt. I'm not in Garland to be able to do it, so I'm doing it where I'm at.
It's good. Wherever you are, do the good work.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was at home. I wish I was at home to do it, but unfortunately, I'm not there. So I mean, I got to give it to somebody.
Now, are you where you are permanently?
Well, I mean, I've been staying down. I've been staying down here since school, so I'm here for now. I mean, I haven't had no thought about moving, but I do want to come to Dallas and Garland to kind of give back somehow, and just start up something down there. So the home people can know I'm giving back to them as well.
We definitely gonna get him back down for the Heads Up Celebrity game this summer. He's got to make a trip back home for that.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Yes, put that on your calendar. We will let you know when
Got to.
Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to. Hey, Jabari, I'm gonna pitch it to you. Let's get the guys engaged. Marcus and Trayvon. Jabari.
Trayvon.
Go, coach.
Trayvon, say what's up to everybody. Introduce yourself. Tell us the background about you.
What's up? My name is Trayvon Wattell, and I go to Skyline High School. I'm a senior, and I played varsity basketball for 2 years. And currently, I'm in the math cluster at Skyline High School, and my grades are pretty good. I'm still trying to figure out what college I'm gonna go to though.
Okay. And Mr. Garrett, introduce yourself to us, please.
I'm Marcus Garrett. I'm 6'6", signed to the University of Kansas. I've been playing varsity for 4 years, and that's it.
Guys, welcome. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm excited to have the top team in the state of Texas, state-bound Dallas Skyline Raiders, to join us on the roundtable. Appreciate you being here, fellas. I'm going to start with you, Marcus. Talk a little bit about your current season and how you guys doing right now.
We're actually playing good. We moved on to the 6th round. We made it to state, and we've been playing together this whole year. We've been having a lot of fun, and we hope we can finish it out and win state.
Okay. Who you guys play? When's your next game? When does the state tournament start? And who you playing?
March 10th against South Falls at 7:30.
Okay. Trey? Talk a little bit about your experience this season. How's it been playing on the top-ranked team?
This season been real fun, like playing with all these guys and we just family. And we enjoy playing with each other a lot. So we stay together every game, which is fun.
Now, Coach Graham is a well-known, legendary coach. He's been around a long time. I call he's very old school in his approach. Talk a little bit about what it is, how it feels to play for him in his program.
He's very determined. So if you're not tough, you can't play for him. He hard on his players. You have to play defense, and he don't let you get away with anything. So you got to be on your A game when you playing for him.
Now, speaking of playing for legendary coaches, Marcus, you signed to play basketball at one of the most prestigious universities in America, and a legendary coach in Coach Bill Self. Does that frighten you a little bit? You excited about that? Talk to me about that decision. Why did you choose Kansas over all of the other schools that were recruiting?
I chose Kansas because I felt like it would be a great fit for me. I was knowing that Frank Mason was leaving, so there was going to be a need of a point guard. I felt comfortable around the coaches and the players when I went on my visit. And I'm really not scared about playing for Bill Self because him and Coach Graham were like best friends. So they had like the same coaching type a little bit.
So you're used to that tough level of coaching. That's good. That's good, man. Trey, talk a little bit about what you hope to accomplish going down to the state tournament this weekend.
Well, the biggest goal is to win the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, straightforward enough.
Who y'all got the first game?
Top Falls.
Now, Marie, I'm going to tell you now, these guys are probably one of the best defensive teams that have come out of DFW in a long time. I mean, they really get after you on the defensive end of the court.
Man, that's them tough words right there, man.
So if you're Marie, you're a 12-year professional, and I know these two young men very, very well. Been knowing them since they were probably third, fourth grade when Daddy Matt first started with them. What would you tell them as an aspiring professional athlete? What's your best advice that you give to these young men?
Man, I just tell y'all, man, keep your head. And just like y'all coach, he said, work ethic, man. Just keep working. No matter how good you is, just keep working, man. And compete. Just compete and just keep working. Work ethic. And have your head straight. Because like he said, in college, you gonna have guys that they was number one on their high school, just like you was. So just got to go in there and compete and believe in yourself. I always believe in yourself, you know. And I just say, man, work ethic. That's work ethic is the main thing, man. Just keep working.
Now, Marie, Marcus is a highly recruited kid. You know,
right.
guys like he was way more recruited than guys like me, you, and Matt were coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, let's talk to some of the under-recruited guys who are maybe unsigned or late bloomers. What type of advice would you give them, say to an unsigned senior like Trey or a junior like Jordan who's under the radar and still wants to get his name out there and get the
just add fuel to that fire, man. Add fuel to that fire. You should be motivated. If you ain't, you know, that should be motivation right there. Get in there, and then especially if you go against the top guys, you already know what to do. You already know what to do. Put your name on it, stamp. Go at them. Get your name out there, man. Get your name. Just keep working though. Just keep working, believing in yourself. You know what you can do, and then whenever you face that competition, you already know what to do.
Dog mentality too, man.
Yes, sir. Always.
And I work the next guy. Always.
Sure. It should always be motivation for you. You should feel better like that anyway, though. For real. Come from under the radar. You should feel better like that. You don't got nothing to lose.
That's good stuff.
Jordan? You hear that, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right.
I've been there, man. Believe me, I've been there. I've been there.
Right. Jordan, you got another question you want to go ahead and throw out there to Myri, or even the guys that are in school just like you, student athletes, just hearing what it is they have coming up, what they're looking forward to, and all of that. Do you have anything? Either one of them?
Well, most of my questions have been answered, but I'm gonna ask Marcus. What are you doing to prepare yourself for Kansas? Like, what are you? Yeah, pretty much.
Currently, I'm working on a pull-up jumper because I know in college that bag up. So I'm working on the jumper. I'm trying to get stronger, faster. I've been doing squats so I can jump high, and basically just trying to get bigger for college.
I see those squats been working. I saw a monster dunk the other night that almost ran me out the gym, Matt. What you got him doing over there?
So he got that sneaky athleticism, man. He don't look like he can jump, but he catch a lot of guys off guard with that, man, because he's a one-legged jumper, so he's very explosive.
A lot of times we hear so much negativity about our young men in the media, man. I want to make sure I commend these two. These guys are not only great athletes, but they're high character kids with good grades, doing things the right way. And so these are guys that are deserving of those opportunities. So that's part of what my platform is about, helping those guys that need a little bit of help, that are under the radar. Because I was that way. I can remember at the beginning of my senior year, I had 0 scholarship offers, and I went from 0 offers to 2 or 3 Division I offers, and it all came from one game being seen at the right time against Tracy McGrady in a head-to-head matchup. That was that one moment that got me noticed and got me to the college level and to the pro level and so forth and so on. So my message to a lot of these guys that are under the radar, man, you never know who's watching you. Always put forth that effort. Always, I talk all the time about attitude and effort. Those are 2 things you can always control. So if you're doing that, if you're giving a great attitude, if you're putting forth great effort, and that character is there, the talent will develop naturally because you're putting in the work. You're going to get better. So I want to encourage you guys, man, to keep on doing the right thing, keep doing it the right way, stay focused in the classroom, stay away from the distractions, and the Skyline guys, the state championship expectations. So I ain't gonna let y'all come back home without it. I'm gonna be there front and center. Y'all make sure y'all bring that title back.
Where is it? Is it at San Antonio this year again?
Yes.
All right, so y'all got your marching orders. Go down there, excellent. Bring it back. Bring back your dignity, no matter what. Bring back your integrity, no matter what. Let me just shift the conversation just a little bit, because we've talked about what everybody is currently doing and what your next step will be, whether you know it right now or not. Let me ask our student athletes this: what coaches, teacher, or other people have been great influences on you, and why or how? What's an instance that you remember being truly coachable and or being mentored? Who and how? Talk to me about that. Marcus, Trey, either one of you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go, Trey. That one right there. Tell us, talk about that. How is it having a dad that played before you, understands everything you're going through? Do you think it's easier? Do you have your days when you're like, oh my God, he think he know everything? I mean, talk to us about that.
Well, that's a little bit of both.
Without getting in trouble. Don't get in trouble later.
It was hard playing for him because he always wanted the best for me, and he saw things in me I didn't see myself. And he just always pushed me harder than everybody else, because since he was my father, he didn't want to give me anything. He wanted me to earn everything for myself. I think that made me a better basketball player and a better person.
make you feel, Dad?
Uh, I'm happy every day. I'm so proud. Like I say, people always ask me about my kids, and I always say my nephew is my son too. So, I'm a proud father. Just to being able to be around these two boys, to see them grow into the young men that they've become, and the things they accomplished. Like I say, I'm always in the background. I don't like to really be in the front. I like to let them have their own shine. I don't want people to think, they did it because of me. Tell them the hard work they put in themselves. So I'm proud of everything they've accomplished so far.
Good deal. Marcus, you wanna chime in on that question about mentoring? Who's changed your life for the better and how?
Probably my friends have changed my life for the better. They keep me level-headed. They don't let me get too high for myself. If they ever see me getting too high, they bring me back down. Tell me I need to relax. And I like that they believe in me a lot.
Awesome.
Now, when you say your friends, you're referring to your teammates too?
Yeah, my friends are my teammates.
Okay.
All right. What is one key event? If you can think of one moment, it's kind of piggybacking off of that last question. If you can think of one moment that changed your life either in a positive way or a negative way, either it made you get on track, made you realize, and try to be transparent, meaning, reveal yourself if you can, again, without getting in trouble. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. But tell us as honestly as you can, as candidly as you can, about any one thing that was the click for you, that made it all make sense, and you realized you chose your path. What's a positive or a negative thing that happened to you? Either one of them.
Last year we played against Andrew Jones, and I feel like when we played against them, it showed me that I can compete with the top guys in the country. And it helped me blow up a lot. A lot of people started to recognize that I could play basketball at a high level.
Okay, so you realized your potential. That was your moment.
Yeah.
But somebody else poured that into you. Okay, that's awesome. What about you, Trey?
Actually, after we lost against this late, yeah, it really affected me and made me not want to feel that way ever again. So it made me push myself.
Okay, so that's awesome. You both gave like a positive thing and then a negative thing. That's interesting because they both can be driving forces. Jabari, you want to jump in?
I want to know best 2K player on this broadcast.
That gotta be me, man.
We were warming up for the broadcast today, and I was getting everything set up, and Trey and his boys were at the house just on the game, just nonstop. I said I'd probably come over there and beat up on all of y'all.
I play Madden.
Oh, you're a Madden guy. Okay. Is that what you do in your off time? You play a lot of Madden when you're not playing basketball?
On Madden, I play with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars. What's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys?
We're not good on the game.
Oh, God. Hey. When y'all ready to talk about Frogger, just let me know. That's when we can.
I'm talking about you get some blackouts, man. Call of Duty all day.
So Trey, talk about some of the things you like to do when you're not in the gym, when you're just relaxing, chilling, when you're off the court. Talk about some of that.
Well, I really like watching TV, relaxing. Sometimes I play the game. I play Black Ops a lot when I ever get a chance. Big head over here on the game, so it's rare. It's a rare that I get on the game.
It's rare.
Hey, We were trying to pull y'all away from the game just to get the show started. on. We got started.
I mean, he didn't even have time to talk to me, Chris. He didn't even greet me. He gave me one of these. Yeah, I hear you.
Right, with shoulder. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. Hey, let me ask one more question, and then Jordan, I need you to hang out. I'm going to ask you something too, because I want you to talk about yesterday. So just get your thoughts together about yesterday.
All right.
Yesterday. All right. Good. So guys, Trey and Marcus, if you could tell me one thing in a nutshell, what's the thus far? Because you're going to have some more, but just up till now. Trey, Marcus, best advice.
The best advice to me was to just be myself, not try to play like anyone else.
The best advice I got was have fun when you're playing basketball, and don't ever let no one tell you what you can and cannot be.
That's good stuff. On some t-shirts. I like it. Hey, Marcus, haven't I seen you? Haven't you played with Dallas Dynasty? Am I making that up?
Yes.
No, Marcus plays with Team Swag House, and he's on our All-Star watch list for the March 19th game.
Oh, okay. I've just seen you somewhere in something. Maybe you should come and play one game with Dallas. I don't know. I just thought I'd put that out there. Okay. Don't show how much I know, but I know I've seen you. I've seen that face. Okay. Go ahead, Jabari. Tag team.
All right, guys.
Anything else?
Good luck this weekend. Bring it back home. Y'all guys got any important words? Let me know. What's your message to the Skyline Nation that's cheering for you this weekend?
Gotcha.
All right. We got Trey Watts, Nat Watts, Mr. Marcus Garrett, top-ranked Skyline Raiders headed to state this weekend. Good luck, fellas. Thank you guys for joining us on the broadcast.
Good luck, fellas.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good
Thank
one.
you so much. Good luck and bring it home. But again, keep your dignity. That's all that's my parting words to you.
Thank you. Will do. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Myrie, you still here? Jordan is still here. Yeah, stay with us. Jordan, I'm going to put you on the spot. I want you to talk about yesterday. You attended the Student Leadership Summit presented by the Heads Up Foundation and the SportsInfluencer. First, just, give me, in a sentence or two, give me your thoughts about what you experienced yesterday. What did you think about it?
I thought it was pretty interesting learning all the background stories and from most of the speakers we heard, and it was pretty cool to meet new people, and also it was fun to play in that game at the end.
You got to play star in the game. That's awesome. So, who was your favorite? Tell us who was your favorite?
I forgot his name. He was when we all came together.
Richard Miles.
Richard Miles.
Okay, tell me why.
His story was pretty interesting. How he was in jail for 15 years for something he didn't do, and how that affected his life, and how he didn't really let that take a toll on his life. He had a positive attitude with everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Richard Miles is one of the most inspirational individuals I've had the chance to meet in the community over the last 12 months. I mean, his story is remarkable. You're talking about a guy who spent 15 years, hard time for a crime he didn't commit, was nowhere even in the area, and just had to live with this life ruin. You're talking about going in at 17 years old, coming out when you're almost 40. You know, a whole lot has passed you by. So for him to come back and his knowledge and wisdom with these kids the way he did was truly remarkable, man. I mean, every kid in the room was impacted just like Jordan was. So that's what we tried to create with that event, was an educational enrichment experience where these kids can kind of touch some people and learn from some people that they may not get a chance to see on a regular basis. But I mean, that was probably one of the highlights for me as well, Jordan. Every time, and I've heard what you heard the other day. I've heard that at least 5 times, and each time it gets better and better with me. So,
and I've heard it for the last almost 5 years. So it has always impacted me every time I hear it. I wept yesterday. I'm a baby. I cried. Because that's my friend, that's my brother, and we're all so fortunate that we got to witness that. So tell me, let's see again, in the game, I know the game wasn't super long, but it was, how'd you feel getting out there? You've been out there before for the last event we hosted back in August, Hoops for Healing. You felt all right getting back out there again? Just excited to play?
Yeah, I'm starting to get used to the same players that come to the events, and it was just fun all around.
You know, you're part of our celebrity basketball team. Like, that is what you are, an all-star. So, you know, that's gotta feel pretty good.
Yeah.
We go out there every time. I just said it live, so it must be so. So yeah, as long as you're available, we're happy to have you. Yeah, Myrie, we got it. When are you gonna come back to Dallas and visit?
Oh, I was just there a couple weeks ago, tell you the truth, for real. But I'm gonna try to get there this summer for sure. I'm always there every summer. I just got to get with them heads up. Yeah, I got to get with the heads up.
I want to chime in and ask. I want to ask Myrie a quick question.
Go ahead.
A chatter going on in the basketball community about a basketball league that's being formed nationwide, where a lot of retired NBA players are getting ready to come out of retirement, so to speak, for a big-time summer league called the Champions League. What are your thoughts on if you get that call? I know a lot of guys that I know that have just finished their careers, and a lot of former top NBA guys are getting that call. Are you looking forward to getting that call if they call on you?
Man, if they do, I don't know the qualifications. I never played in the NBA, but hey, I can just throw in my resume from overseas and see what they can do. But I definitely get on that. I definitely get on that.
Okay, well, I heard those guys paying anywhere from $4 to $6 grand per game for an 8-week summer league. So
they need to call me then.
Hey, they can call me too. I got my silver ball that I have with me every show and every event. I need to be on.
Yeah, they need to go give me a call.
Champions League, I heard that. Myrie Chapman is available. All-time Euro League scorer. Play with Allen Iverson. Sign him up. He's ready to go. All he needs is 2 weeks to get in shape, and we good.
Hey, that's it. 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. We ready.
Hey, Myrie, if you get the call, I'm just telling you now, we need to get our 10%, just because we putting it out there.
No, hey, it's all good. We in. We all in.
We're your new agent. SportsInfluencer Roundtable Broadcast is now your new agent, and we gonna get you in that league. Because
they don't understand. I'm still gonna come in mad. I didn't make the league, so they better be ready to deal up. They better be ready to deal up.
Still an underdog, baby. Still working like a walk-on. Shout out to Gent.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still mad.
Working like a walk-on.
That is
already, man. Already.
I am so thankful for everybody that's been on today. Myrie, it's been a pleasure meeting you and talking with you, and thank you so much for being here. Jabari, you got anything else you want to wrap up with?
I just want to thank you guys for joining us again, man. Our broadcast is growing each and every time we step out on faith to kind of expand our platform in the community, so to speak. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out to just share your knowledge, your wisdom, talk to the audience, and just, there's a lot of kids out there that are watching this, a lot of families that watch this. And believe it or not, I get tons and tons of letters on a regular basis talking about how the athletes that are tied into the Heads Up Foundation are really inspiring these kids. And little Johnny wants to be just like Marie when he grows up, so he's looking up to him. So I wanted this platform to kind of be one of those avenues where they can see that. So thank you, man, for taking the time out just to sit on and join us.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me, man. And anytime you need some help, man, holler at me.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to get you down here for that Heads Up Celebrity game, too. We got you on the list.
Yes, sir. Put me down, man. Put me down.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you, Marie, man.
All right.
We're going to have them contracts ready when we see you next time. All right.
You my new agent, Miss Christian. Appreciate that.
I have faith in you. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jordan, thank you so much. We appreciate you as always, seeing your sweet face yesterday and today. You chime in. We appreciate you bringing some great questions. And again, you just have such a great demeanor about yourself. You definitely hold your integrity and your dignity, and we appreciate you. We thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you for
Make sure you get those 500 shots up.
All right. I will.
All right, Jordan. Have a good night,
All right.
man.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Jabari, we got 9 minutes left. I want to recap. First of all, thank our guests that joined us tonight, Myrie Chapman. And where'd you go, Jabari? Oh, Jabari left me. Okay. We live, so I just got to roll with it. Hey, there you are. I do want to also thank, I have to run through our list. We've got a few minutes. I can run through our list again. But again, I want to thank the guys, Marcus Garrett and Trey Watt and Matt Watt for joining us tonight. I think they offered up it's good to see student athletes, and especially, those who are rising. And one of them knows exactly where he's going in a few minutes, and the other one doesn't. So, it gives us, ends of the spectrum. So that's really good. I'm glad that they could join us tonight. We're wishing them all the best of luck. Weekend, is it? As they go and do what they're going to do on the hardwood, and hopefully bring home, the accolades that go with that. Safe travels, all of that to them. To wrap up one more time on the Student Leadership Summit. Again, Mr. Newhouse, Ms. Langford, Ms. Fox, Ms. Mulder, Mr. Miles, Mr. Silas, Mr. Douglas, Dr. Seabrooks. We just thank everyone. I also want to send a shout out. I know I sent a shout out to Gator Pit, but I have to say thank you to the folks I ran into at, we talked to at Sam's and Costco. Because, I can be a whole lot. So I just have to say thank you that they believe best to some degree in the community, and will support the Heads Up Foundation in our efforts to provide such quality experiences for our youth and our students and our leaders and our athletes. So again, we had such a fantastic time on yesterday. And do you have any final thoughts about everything? I know we had a huge push last week, and we were looking, we were really making our pleas to the community, to the leaders and whatnot, and we culminate now in this Sunday. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share?
Just want to thank everybody for supporting not only the Greater Dallas Student Leadership Summit, but Heads Up Foundation as a whole. We are still accepting donations. We're a small nonprofit organization. We survive off the generosity of others. We don't get any grant or corporate funding. We pretty much come out of pocket. We don't have an annual budget to host these programs. We just kind of do it off the passion for the kids. So we want to encourage anybody out there that wants to invest into our kids. Anybody that wants to invest, go to www.theheadsupfoundation.org. It's a small donation. Every little bit helps. And this is one of those investments that'll last for 100 years from now that you'll put in front of these kids. So, we're definitely changing lives. Everything that we do goes directly back into the program, and we don't have any full-time paid staff or anything like that. Everything is volunteer-based. So every little bit helps us move our mission. So I just want to thank you guys again for supporting what we're doing, supporting the Sports Influencer broadcast. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys right here on the next one. Please share the broadcast and help us get the word out.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to do my final closing here in a second if you want to. I don't know. Thank you. Okay, so as Jabari has just shared with you all, your support matters. It can go a long way. We don't have corporate sponsorship. There are no government fundings yet. So this has been functioning for 15 years without any of that. So it's come from generous people who catch the vision. And so, again, we implore you to go to the website and invest. It's not just a donation. It is an investment in today, into our youth, into these programs, into these experiences that make such a difference. I cannot tell you, I can't even find the words to describe how awesome yesterday was at this summit. Again, the diversity, the kids that got up and were brave enough to speak, even those who walked in not brave enough to speak, but then were able to engage by the end of the day. We spent a significant time of the day together with each other, learning each other, being able to be exposed to each other, and then also all of our speakers that took the time out. We had speakers that, you would imagine they'd come for 5 minutes, do their thing, and then go. And they were like, what else do you need me to do? That's the kind of experiences that we are creating, that the Heads Up Foundation is creating for anyone who participates. It's AAA, A+++. So you definitely, if you ever get a chance to it is, the Heads Up Foundation does what they provide. I mean, again, sign up next. Go to www.theheadsupfoundation.org. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're there. And me, Christian Renee, you know how to find Jabari Johnson. You can't miss us. So again, I thank everyone who participated, those who gave, Mark Kaploff, Stephanie Smith. I mean, just people who heard the plea, felt the urge and the need to help. And so thank you for that. That helped us get to accomplish what we needed to accomplish, which was last week. Our push was feeding the kids. So we were able to do that. I've got 3 more minutes and I can keep talking about how awesome, for one, how awesome yesterday was. I'm grateful we made it through. We survived it. It was wonderful. And we're just still so excited about it. So I can't tell you, there's a lot of emotions there. But also the things that we have coming up. Again, we've got an all-star high school game coming up on March 19th. Some of the guys you saw tonight will be playing in this game. I mean, it's going to be another hit for the Sports Influencer, the Heads Up Foundation, and Dallas Dynasty. I mean, it's everybody involved. It's going to be a great experience. And so we thank you, everybody that chimed in, all the great comments, people who love Myrie Chapman. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, Mark, again, thank you. Great show. We appreciate that. Y'all share this broadcast. Share our broadcast. Tune in, share, like, all that good stuff. We appreciate you. And It's 9:59, and so with that being said, I am going to sign off. We thank you, we appreciate you, we love you. Remember, uplift, attitude, and effort, and we appreciate you. We thank you, and we will see you next time. Look for the advertisements when we're going to go live again. All right. Have a good night. Have a great week.